We're live on YouTube. Oh, this is marvelous. Hey, everybody. Glad you're joining us. We are about 10 minutes away from starting Passion of the Fools. And I know many of you are joining us, perhaps for the first time, to see a play by Janice Blaze Rock and Mark Egan's. So the actors are preparing.
Zegans.
Zegans. Thank you. Mark Zegans. Wonderful. So this is a live show, and I just want to tell everybody that you can chat with us. I'm going to chat a little bit now. Hi there. So the actors are backstage getting ready. We have many people part of this show who you may know. We have Fred Bologna playing the Emperor. He's worked with Pink Flamingo and was the artistic director of the Fresno Ballet. He has taught performing arts at a performing arts high school. Really talented people we have here. We are also, so Zoom Theater of the Absurd has received a grant from the Arts Council of Monterey County. And because of their generosity, we are able to present this show for free. And all we ask is that perhaps you donate to some of our causes. If you like the show, send money to, we have the Monterey County Homeless Union or the Monterey County Theater Alliance. I will be posting their links in the comments page in just a second here. And I see Peter Casey. Hello, Peter Casey. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's see. Let me just pull up that. There it is. Put this in here. Donate to the splendid causes. There we go. Thank you, Peter. And just a reminder that you can chat with us here on the YouTube Live, or if you're joining us in the Zoom webinar, you can chat there too. Wonderful. Here's the Monterey Theater Alliance. I'll put that in the YouTube. There it goes. Hey, that's great. Actually, it doesn't seem to be working, so we'll try again. Oh, that's too many. Too long of a link. So I'll just put their name up there. There we go. All right, so this is a play by Janice Blaze Rock and Mark Zegans. And we have some very talented people joining us tonight to help present this live performance. Cody Moore has joined us for several of the Theater of the Absurd shows. This is our third production, and we're really glad that Cody is back with us to play the magician. Oh, hello, Demi. Good to see you there. You've seen all of our shows, huh? So glad to see you again. So Cody Moore has performed with Pink Flamingo and Paper Wing Theater, as well as Pack Rep and many of the theaters around here. We also have Jason Roeder, who studied at Western Stage and has also performed at Paper Wing Theater. Yes, Demi, sure. Good. Let's see. Oh, we have Ebony A. Harris joining Zoom Theater of the Absurd for the first time. She is quite clever at making YouTube videos with some various adventurous characters. They're really wonderful. So Ebony A. Harris, if you look her up on YouTube, then you will see some really fun, silly, informative videos. So we're really glad to have Ebony joining us for this production. So let's see. Oh, another wonderful talent that we have joining us tonight is Allison Rose Munn, who is a Broadway performer and was on the Broadway tour of Once, which is a new musical. It's only about less than 10 years old, I'd say, and it's been touring around the nation, and it's really a lot of fun, lots of music, and just a wonderful story. So we're really glad that she can join us today. Oh, thank you, Janice, for adding the donor box for the Monterey County Theater Alliance, who is our sponsor tonight. The actors are backstage. We have just a few minutes before we get started. They're doing their vocal warm-ups. They're in their dressing rooms. They're standing by. So we will get started in just a few moments. I hope you all have a beverage. This is your last chance to go to the lobby, get whatever you need. Again, please chat with us. So because this is a live show, but we can't hear your applause. So if you have applause, if you think there's a funny moment, please feel free to chime in on the YouTube chat, or if you're in the Zoom webinar, please use the chat function there, and I will see it. After the show, please stick around after the credits, and the actors will come back out and have a moment to just chat with you and connect with you and see that you came to the show. Demi, that's the way we give applause. Well done. Show them how it's done. That's fantastic. So let's see. Just a reminder that we are raising money tonight for these wonderful organizations. So the organizations we're raising money for are the Monterey County Theater Alliance, which is a nonprofit that publicizes the local theater around Monterey County. And also the Salinas Monterey County Homeless Union. These are folks that share supplies and help out our homeless population. So please, if you like the show, please send them whatever money you can, $5, $10, $20, whatever you think it's worth. They would really appreciate the help, and it helps our community too. So we have just a couple minutes until we begin. Let's see. This show was based on a concept by Mark Zegan of a new vision for the tarot card.
The video portion, not the whole show. It's just the video portion was based on Mark Zegan's Ephemeron Tarot deck, which was a deck based upon Jonah, oh my God, I can't remember his name. His name will be in the credits, but it was his concept, this world of ephemera. And he and Mark had been, talking about it for many years. And then Mark wrote up a whole arcana for the tarot of that world, of this mythical city called Ephemera. Noah James Saunders, that's his name. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Janice. And that was Janice Blaze Rock, who wrote the script and gathered us all together and is the artistic director of Zoom Theater of the Absurd. Good to see you, Brandon Perry. I'm glad you're excited for the show. And now, without further ado, please sit back, relax, and watch Passion of the Fools.
It's 1:15 Judgment. Shall we begin?
Let's do, Emperor. Good afternoon, everyone. We are gathered today for our yearly review of the Fool's Journey through the Tarot's Major Arcana. Now, as you know, some of our members have decided to stay in the ethereal sphere of the Tarot cosmos due to the ongoing pandemic. I know, but some members are more susceptible, and the sun is ancient. Anyway, a few others said they will be joining late.
Yes. But since there are so few of us, can the Empress share the great work she's been doing?
I would love to. Thank you, Magician.
No one really wants to know about your creative project, dear.
I do.
We have serious issues to discuss.
Fuck off, let her speak.
I beg your pardon.
Well, you should.
Indeed. Empress, let's hear about your project.
I'd like to hear about the project.
Oh, Hermit, I didn't know you'd be joining us.
Get on with it.
Okay, so there's a series called The Stations of the Cross, in which 14 colorful tableaus of Jesus's journey from conviction to crucifixion to resurrection are illustrated. Whenever a rendition of the Stations of the Cross is displayed, Christians can pray and contemplate the holy beaten body of Christ.
Oh, for God's sake.
So it occurred to me that perhaps we of the Tarot should have some equivalent to illustrate the Fool's Journey. After all, just as Jesus is the Alpha and Omega, author and finisher of their faith, the Fool is the Alpha and Omega of the Tarot.
There has been some speculation that they are one and the same.
So few humans understand the significance of the Fool, and how we of the Major Arcana represent stations in her spiritual and psychological growth, from birth to death to rebirth.
Yes. What do you call this project?
The Passion of the Fool.
Now, what's the difference between your project and a regular old tarot deck? Because any old deck has the major arcana in correspondent order to the Fool's Journey.
Perhaps some visuals might help. Here we are, the Major Arcana cards, the realms of discovery and evolution on the Fool's Journey. There you are, dear, with that grumpy little face of yours. And there's me. And there's you, Mr. Hermit. High Priestess, a little pale, I suppose.
A little? I thought we discussed having this corrected.
It has been in some of the more modern decks, but these old-fashioned decks refuse to enter the 21st century.
There's Judgment.
Those nude extras were simply scandalous, Miss Judgment.
Empress, please continue.
Right, so here's what I'm doing. Well, as we know, the Magician represents the Fool, moving from infinite, if precarious, possibility to individual will and manifestation. But where is the Fool in the card? How is she transforming from the knowledge? Now, here's my painting. It illustrates the experience of the Fool as she moves to the Arcana, rather than simply representing us, the members of the Arcana. And here's one with the High Priestess.
Oh, very clever.
Did you work with nude models?
No, purely from imagination.
Oh, what?
It's exquisite.
Sublime.
Oh, thank you.
The Fool is missing.
What?
She's been with us ever since Shelter in Place first began, but I just realized she's gone. I also just saw that the chariot is missing too.
You know, now that you mention it, I don't recall seeing the chariot since 2019.
I bet you lovers are hiding the fool.
We are doing no such thing.
This is your fault, Empress. You've always coddled the fool's oversensitivity and proclivity for artistic delusion.
She has talent.
Perhaps the fool lost her way trying to find the chariot.
What kind of bacchanalian indulgences have you lovers used to befuddle the fool?
Bacchanalian indulgences? What are you talking about? Maybe she went where she went last time she disappeared.
He disappeared previously?
Yes, and right before she did, she was irritable, discontent, working on a bunch of small-scale online theatrical productions. She recruited us for a couple of those. I mean, you must have seen them on her YouTube channel.
Yes, we saw quite a bit of you in those.
Enough. I know you're hiding the fool. Get him into this meeting forthwith.
I will not stand for such baseless accusations.
Now look what you've done. She may have been our only chance of finding the fool.
Why don't we ask the Hierophant?
Good idea. The fool may have confided in the Hierophant before moving on to the lovers.
Hermit, you're friends with the Hierophant. Reach out to him.
I'll try.
I heard that the Hanged Man may be staying with the Hierophant as well.
I just received word from the Wheel of Fortune. He was detained by a couple of Wall Street investors this morning. Or did he say they've been up all night? It wasn't clear.
All night coke binge.
Oh, dear. Well, he said he'll be here shortly.
Well, the Star and the Devil have been staying at my place. I could not get them out of bed this morning, but I'll see if they're up now. Hey, are you two slobs up yet?
Oh, Hierophant. You seem, I don't recall the...
Yes, I woke up like this one morning. It's all the same to me, male, female. I'm more of a,
Spiritual cerebral.
right. Now, what can I do for you?
The fool is missing. Can you tell us her state of mind when she was with you?
Rather strange, actually. Restless. She was having a bit of a,
Existential crisis.
right. I would even go as far as to say she was depressed. She was questioning the purpose of repeating the same cycle year after year, century after century. Frankly, I feared she might do the unthinkable.
Do you mean
Unfortunately, yes. And if she were to escape her journey in that way, rather than waiting for death to come in his own time, well, it would be the end to us all.
And the end to humanity as well. However, she's unaware of that fact, or it might be easier to dissuade her.
We thought she'd be okay when she decided to rewrite The Giving Tree.
That's right. She has a fondness for trees, you know. She described that stupid little book as a
tone to codependency and the idea that nature should be at the constant disposal of men. And perhaps the book implied women should as well.
Now, we tried to help her come up with a title for the book. We suggested
The Go Fuck Yourself Tree.
Now that seemed to cheer her for a while, but then she began Googling again. What was it she was Googling?
Interdimensional travel, but also how to tie a noose.
Now, she did come back around after sitting for a long time under her favorite tree. She said she discovered something that would profoundly change the arcana. And clearly, she must have.
She's going to call it the Passion of the Fool.
The Passion of the Fool, that's what she's going to call it.
Yes. Now, Empress, I wonder, could that perhaps have been the inspiration for your cards?
According to the Fool, by the next cycle, we might be genderless. The new journey will not be fixed. Each time the Fool resurrects, they'll fashion a route based on the authenticity on their passions.
Meaning she will rewrite the journey.
Yes.
Pure blasphemy.
I don't know. Well, we must have cycled through the same journey thousands of times by now.
Fake news. That's what this is all about.
Well, she did say it's going to, I mean, we are kind of proof that it has been working. So, you know, she told us that. So what else? I mean, it must be true.
I thought you said you hadn't seen her recently.
Oh. Phone call from, how do I pronounce that?
Kamala.
Kamala. I'm so important these days. I gotta go. Bye.
The Star and the Devil just shared a video with me. They are 100% for the rewrite.
Am I the only one unaware of this so-called rewrite?
Let's hear what they have to say.
Okie doke, let me share my screen and play the video.
Are you bored with the role you've been cast in the Theater of the Fool's Journey? Have you been seduced by the comforts of the familiar? Dispirited by the orbits of logic and reason? Vexed by the sterility of civility? Hackneyed by the lackeys of predictability? Restricted by the banality of reality? Well, have we got the plan for you? Introducing the Passion of the Fool. What in the world is the passion of the fool, you ask? Well, let us show you. You know how you know exactly what might happen when the fool shows up at your door? And you know exactly what she came there for. Now, don't try to tell us that's not a bore. Wouldn't it be a whole lot more fun if every fool's journey was a mystery? Not just a repeat of history. The Fool's Arcanist is all that and more. Think of it as a tabula rasa of sorts. With a twist, you get to hold the Felton quill. How's about that for a thrill? Why resist? It's the inevitable evolution. The courageous conclusion. So give it a try. You can trust us.
Side effects of the Passion of the Fool might include spontaneous gender reassignment, unanticipated orgasms, befuddled thinking, excessive joy, impulsive catapult jumping, knee-jerk wisecracking, sudden desire to wear clown makeup, interest in reforesting the Mojave Desert, streaking through church services on every other Sunday, and eating with your hands. Restrictions apply to the physical plane. Do not travel between dimensions during resurrection.
She cannot rewrite the journey. We are the psychospiritual archetypes of all human myths and culture. The fate of humanity depends on the orderly execution of the fool's journey through our various realms.
You heard the Hierophant. If we do not allow the fool to rewrite the journey, her disillusionment might lead to the end of us, of humanity.
There's a way that things have been done for a long time, for a reason. Change is dangerous. I will allow no deviation.
Huh. Good work, High Priestess. What spell did you use?
Why, thank you. I performed a standard incantation paired with a quick ritual that I performed during the video. It should leave them under long enough for your incantation.
Hey, gang, I think our plan is working, but all the members of the Arcana must be on board, or else the changes will not hold. We only have until midnight tonight.
The Emperor must be convinced, and the Empress must stand strong in support of the Fool.
Here we go. Keepers of the cool thin veil, hear my whisper, feel my gale. Transport our royal souls for your bouquet of clouds to dream upon the ephemeral shore. I ask you now, and will say no more.
What gives? Oh my, where are we?
So beautiful.
Oh. Cool.
I saw you see yourself dangling from my limbs. I have many. Your broken mind shows the lone bough as it will not break. None of the others would be close enough for you to have to pull yourself back and rest. Assured, there's no backing out when you suddenly remember songs you wished you could eat. Warm butter sunsets melted into faces from which you could hardly look away. And trees who see you. To recall such things while dangling is not like getting home from the store and realizing you forgot the very thing you'd gone there for.
Fool! Don't!
I see you come from a world in which the fear of others stifles transcendence, threatens oblivion.
That's right, and I'm supposed to be the unseen causal agent. But I'm exhausted by the repetition of the same story told again and again, regardless of setting or circumstances or actors.
You and your world are prisoners to the whims of fate.
I'm chained to a mythos of which I've become deeply weary.
Ah, yes, I see. You, illustrious fool, are the conscripted archetypical traveler in the Tarot saga of your world.
Yep, that's me.
In this world, the Tarot is a living thing. It changes as we encounter what we previously understood as other. It expands as we grow to understand what was other as self.
I don't understand. That is our fool, yet those cards are not us. Is this where she concocted the idea to rewrite her journey?
In ephemera, we know that most are forced too early from a blessed state of play. Pain of loss leads us far from what we know in our hearts to be true. Many who are wounded lash out destructively. Others strive constantly to be worthy of the love that they imagine to be in short supply. It is at these moments that we find ourselves yearning for a sign that our lives have worth. Ah, this is what you have come here for. You seek a different path. You seek to overturn simple fate.
Exactly.
It is time for you to deviate from your restricted, hopeless pattern and to abandon your fate and embrace your destiny.
I seek to write a different story.
Your desire brought us together. I come as a catalyst. I paint pictures to reveal possibilities, to open the prospects for new paths. I dictate nothing.
Justice, what are you doing here? Where are we? What is going on? Hello there, fellow.
Well, hello there.
I'm a bit lost. I wonder if you could possibly direct me to, well, I'm not sure. I just know that I need to get back to where I came from.
A traveler. Well, pleasure to meet you, sir. Imbriagno, at your service. Welcome to Ephemera. There's nothing we treasure more than a traveler.
Where I come from, we're a bit wary of travelers. You never know what unsavory things they might bring or what untoward ideas they might have. That's the problem with the unfamiliar.
Oh, careful there, my friend. Ephemeran spirits are imbued with the most potent characteristics. It takes but one sip to enjoy the celebratory essence, the marrow, if you will, of life's holy body of organic flavors.
Ephemera. Ephemera, I have been around the world and I have never heard of such a place.
Is that so? Well, please allow me to acquaint you. Let us take delight as we enjoy what may come as we sip.
I think I'd rather...
Nonsense, sir. Drink. I guarantee you, you will return to your world with giddy memories to sustain you through your... Drink. Comrades, I'd like you to meet... You know, I don't believe I got your name.
Emperor.
Emperor, please meet Omagico, the poet, and Rara.
What kind of charade is this? There are no major arcana cards called the Poet, Rara, and Omagico. I know this for sure because I am the Emperor, a most important major arcana member.
Yes, I see. Why don't you tell her?
Emperor, I have on occasion slipped through the ambrosial misses to converse with one similar to myself in your tarot. I understand things are different there, set to a long-standing cycle that repeats itself again and again and again.
We are doing just fine, thank you.
But are you really?
Unlike your world, here in Ephemera, the tarot births ever-extending threads of raw fancy to inform the sacred ritual of storytelling.
A favored pastime among the Ephemeron people. Have another sip or two of your wine, Emperor.
Two, quite accidentally and inopportunely unclothed. Long story. Found myself in your world, Mr. Emperor. Having been au naturel as I was at the time, a kind fellow suggested I step behind a bush with him and have a brief tete-a-tete. At the conclusion of the act, I waited while he found me something to wear. Meanwhile, I had a chance to see your world, Mr. Emperor.
In such a brief adventure, you couldn't speak to the values of law and order, unquestioned authority, or rejecting outside ideas, or the great value of those of us who protect them.
Au contraire, it was immediately clear to me that the wisest amongst you, the poets, the artists, the music makers, well, just about everyone who makes life worth living, were the least valued. Unless, of course, their talents could be utilized for the attainment of wealth.
And most of them have had to fight, tooth and nail, to get a fair portion on that wealth.
I doubt if this
flexibility of spirit is truly beneficial to the integrity of your society. Now, how do I get out of here?
How does one disintegrate for 1/1,000,000th of a second, only to reconstruct 3.5 thousandths of a second later? A stubborn old coot says what?
What?
Have another sip of your wine, Emperor.
I have a gift for you.
Emperatrice.
What it really means to love a tree.
She can open portals to ecstasy, to love.
I'm the Emperor. I'm not supposed to laugh. Now look. Here's the star. She thinks she's entrancing everybody with her brilliance, and there's toilet paper on her shoe.
That happened once with Tuman.
Who's Tuman?
Imagine a combination between the worst of your devil and death.
And a little bit of fog and a thurible.
No, but the funniest part was he was all serious, just about to take a soul, and everyone's laughing at the toilet paper on his shoe.
What's going on here?
These fellows are trying to explain to me how to get home. We've got to get back as soon as possible to stop that ridiculous plan of the fool to rewrite her journey.
You don't know what I've seen. How desperate the fool is to...
Nonsense!
With all humanity, it's clear things are out of balance. The endless repetition is not working. Tradition is a living thing. Perhaps it's your turn to surrender. Or does that scare you?
How dare you speak like that to me? Why is she so angry with me?
She knows that because of your pride, you're the one blocking the fool's rewrite.
What's going on? We were having so much fun.
Imperatrice, golden goddess of the sun, mistress of love, lady of the lumen, contentment, and the vulva.
She can open portals to ecstasy, to love.
But you've angered her.
Yeah, now she's become a vicious killer.
The only cure for Imperatrice is beer mixed with the blood of the slain. preferred by Ra. Magical. Find him, and be sure he brings his Ankh.
I often carry an Ankh. Who is this Ra? Is he the version of me? Well, perhaps I can proffer relief for Imperatus's grief and rage.
Is the moon the sun simply because it reflects its light?
Ra has a way, a natural grace that you do not. He does not represent power or authority, social structures, or the privileges of office as you do. Ra expresses and often summons our capacity for self-creation and manifestation.
He looks like you.
Most think I'm more handsome.
Balance has been restored.
Alakazam, wakey, wakey, wake!
Oh, what was I about to yell? Oh, Empress! Empress!
We were just discussing the proposal that the Fool rewrite her journey with an unprescribed course each time she reached the Alpha Omega Resurrection.
Accurate and skillfully concise.
Ah, Devil, you've decided to join us.
Yes, the High Priestess was feeling a bit spiritually drained, and I can't stay long, but the Star will be joining later.
Well, you can leave right now, and the Star need not bother. This proposal is entirely out of the question.
This is not a dictatorship. Whether you like it or not, we must, as a group, parse this thing out and decide what's best.
How do you feel about this rewrite, Empress?
Well, I don't want to go against the Emperor's wishes, but I have to admit, by the looks of the human condition, things need to change. Oh my, it's the Wheel of Fortune!
A spin of the wheel is such sweet bliss.
Such sour nonsense.
Are you ready for some risk and uncertainty, some surprise and wonder, a walkabout on the precipice of revelation? Are you prepared to pull back the veil? Perhaps for you, love is on the other side. Or maybe it's just lust in a soft velvet jacket. Look now down the long, winding road. Could it be treasure? Or is that just non-biodegradable glitter winking at you through the grate of a street drain? Are you ready for the spiritual whirlwind when you remember once again that the wheel spins for the world? Your fortune is merely incidental.
This is not the time to be spinning, Mr. Wheel. I'm about at the end of my coils.
Oh, but look now, the wheel spins for you, Emperor.
For me? Well, I...
Well, now, this is very interesting. It speaks of an adventure. Ooh, and a golden goddess. Curiously, this event has already happened, but you've forgotten it. Strange. Oh, yes. I see now. The wheel tells me that when you recall this event, you will, at last, understand its message.
Are you toying with me?
Absolutely not.
I've just received a missive from the Arcana cards in the ethereal realm. They're all for the rewrite. So that's 17 yes, 3 unknown, and 1 categorical no.
The Tower and Temperance will most assuredly vote no with me. And when they do, I will hunt down the fool and hand her over to them for re-education.
No.
What did you say?
I said no. I have been quiet and allowed you your space to work out your mid-eternal life crisis, but you just keep getting worse.
What Empress says is true. The Emperor had once been our rock for wisdom and order. He has assembled and organized the magics and creativity of those who came before him into the practical majesty of the material world.
But somewhere, power got to your head, and you began to demand blind obedience. Now you inspire the worst of human instinct. Though people blame me. And on that note, I have some more memes to compose.
The humans pursue, for the most part, only the illusions of their existence, those things that paradoxically seem the most real, but are in fact the least enduring. Emperor, I ask you to consider this. How much more rigid can the psycho-spiritual infrastructure of human mechanics become before it breaks completely?
I've just received word from the Fool. She says if you will allow the star's luminosity to bring forth your memories of ephemera, the Fool will click on her Zoom link and join our meeting.
Ephemera. Ephemera, why does that sound so familiar?
You know why.
Tower and Temperance want to join our call.
Hi, you crazy Arcana motherfuckers.
What on earth?
Hey there, you crazy old coot.
I have some cool information I'd like to tell you about AMP. Come here, buddy.
We're just on Zoom. It doesn't have a teleportation button.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to say it out loud. I just discovered that something fantastic happens when you relax those muscles that hold your anus closed.
yeah, you gotta try it sometime, Emperor.
This is highly improper.
So we're gonna vote yes on the Fool's new Arcanus.
Emperor, my good friend. Nice to remake your acquaintance. I hope you don't mind. I shared a few drinks with your friends here. They require quite the inebriation.
You! I know you!
I love this guy. You're a good man, you know that? And you too, Tower. You're so foreboding. Oh, but so reliable.
Oh, Temperance. Yeah, you've always been such a kind and supportive friend, even though I grumble to the ground again and again.
I wish I could hug you. Oh, fucking pandemic.
Empress, I think we've seen enough.
Bye.
am so sorry. The devil and I had a few too many last night, and I needed to pamper myself this morning, but I am here for the enlightenment.
I doubt these memories will change anything.
Be brave, oh boy.
Please, dear, I can't go on the way things have been going. Please, let Star illuminate your memories. Do it for me.
Fine. Fine. Have at it, Star.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I remember now, but I still can't. I mean, what if I come back as a girl?
Can't you see how bad this is?
My cave is destroyed.
We'll all be destroyed soon. Please, Emperor, think about the consequences.
I can't. I will not surrender control.
Tell us what's wrong, Emperor. How can we help you?
No one respects me anymore. Why should I care? I've become irrelevant.
That's true. Your role is important. We need you.
Your role is to be our brave and noble emperor. Please, remember your better self.
I can't.
You must.
You've seen the light, now act upon it.
I love you. We love you.
Okay. Yes. I agree to the rewrite.
Wise decision.
I only ask that the fool come forward as promised. I want to apologize.
Wonderful. The fool shall inscribe the final words right here in front of us at this meeting.
So, does this mean on the fool's next journey through the Arcana, I might have breasts?
Fool, come forth.
Hey, everybody.
What up, fool?
Hey, you. Hey, did you guys see how I transformed the lover into the chariot during the Fool Emperor's enlightenment? Wasn't that cool?
So, just to be clear, these changes that are taking place now will define the course of the next journey, correct?
Correct. And as soon as I've penned the final word, the changes will be sealed. I should be done by tonight.
Do you have exciting plans for me?
Oh, yes, I do. In the next incarnation, you will no longer be the Emperor's secretary. He will be yours.
It would be best not to be so overambitious at this point.
Oh, and you know what else, Empress? I am going to give you a great big art show in New York City. And just at one of the, I can't breathe.
Death is such a dick. Here we go again.
This rewrite has been cancelled due to the coronavirus. Please await your next stimulation package. Thank you.
Well, that was just marvelous. I'm so glad you all could join us tonight. I've been watching the chat on YouTube and I see there's some friends here in the Zoom webinar. Harriet, so good to see you. I'm going to allow you to talk. And Jane, oh, fantastic. Good to see you too. Lucinda, you were in our last show. So glad you can make it tonight. So if you're on the Zoom call and you wish to say a few words, please unmute your mic and come on and talk. We'll have the actors join us, and this is a chance for the actors and the audience to connect in a live space. Sophania White says, awesome show, fun. Who knows Sophania?
Oh, Sophania was our fortune teller.
Ah, fantastic.
And we filmed on her property. I was just in the credits.
Wonderful. And Elsa says, Cody, Janice, Carrie, everyone, awesome performance all. And Jess Juarez. Oh, Jess, you were in our last show. I'm so glad you could join us tonight.
Came back from the dead to watch us.
Oh, that's right. I think we killed you off in the last show.
You can say Susie's back from the dead too.
So true. Lucinda says that was very Doctor Who, a visual feast. Oh. And Jess Juarez says, great job, everyone. Thanks, Jess.
So,
and yes?
It looks like Jane and Lucinda and Harriet can talk if they unmute themselves. They can actually speak, can't they?
Yes, they can. Bob Fred is giving applause, and S. Clever on the YouTube. S. Clever says, a very surreal journey indeed.
Thanks, Spencer. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Spencer.
Doris Roeder says, very fun, triple applause.
Thanks,
And
Mom.
she said, especially the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, he was fabulous.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, that's marvelous.
So grateful to have Jason in the cast.
Thank you for joining us. Harriet, Jane says, a visual treat for the imagination and inspiration. Thank you all. Thank you, Jane. And Harriet was in our first show. Congratulations, what an extravaganza. Good to see you all as an ensemble. And Harriet, we miss you in your 20s dancing. Imogene.
Wow, was
that
amazing. Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you, Harriet.
Yes.
Come on.
I finally got to see what I could never see because I was blindfolded.
Oh, right, in the film.
Right. And my gosh, this was really something. It was like, as I said, an extravaganza. So congratulations, everybody.
I hope you were happy with what we did with your dance, Harriet. It was beautiful.
Yeah, everything. The visuals were fantastic. And I just had such a kick out of all of you. And Ebony, you are a star. Yes, you are.
I told you you were a YouTube star.
Yeah, that was wonderful. So thank you.
Harriet, just a little insider thing. One of your movements is one of our cues.
Oh, good. I'm glad I can be of help.
It was very, very clear and lovely. And it's such a calm moment in the show, watching you do the Tai Chi. And it's just like, so nice. Lucinda.
How do you all feel? How are you excited, relieved, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. It was, there were, of course you guys couldn't tell, but there were little things off tonight, but
oh, never share. That is so not true. I didn't say
oh, never mind. I didn't say that. I'm the fool, so don't listen to me.
Oh, we have more people joining us from the YouTube. YouTube chat, Demi, who was commenting throughout the show. So delightful to see your reactions, Demi. She says, can't think of any other words. Oh, thought-provoking on many levels. Can't think of any words to describe how amazing this performance is. Everything about it is extremely amazing. The characters are very unique and extraordinary. The dance and performance is mesmerizing. Again, you guys left me speechless and in awe. Many applause to all you lovelies. Oh, Demi. So great. Who knows Demi here? Oh, Cody.
So Demi, some of those, so the characters in the video, those are the Ephemeron Tarot characters from Mark Ziegen's Ephemeron Tarot, which is based on Jonah. And now I keep forgetting his name. Why do I keep doing that? Because I get nervous, but I'll think of it by the end of my sentence. But yeah, and Embriagdo, Ra, Imperatrice, Ra, Omagico, and what was the other one?
Poet.
The Poet. How could I forget that? We're all from that tarot deck, which had many, many more characters that we could not possibly have included. It was just, you know, would have been too much. But just to a shout out for that, because that is what the surreal world consists of.
Mm-hmm. It was a truly unique moment in the show to see everybody standing up and being in the forest, and then all these beautiful visuals and dancing. It was just fantastic. Andrea McDonald, hi, glad you're here. She says, wonderful show. So great to see the results of all your hard work. Wish you were with us, Andrea. It was good to work with you for a moment. It was really nice to have you. Lucinda.
I enjoyed Power and Temperance's parts very, very much. Like they were absolutely fantastic performance. I love the ye old coot. Like that is something my uncle would definitely personally say. So it's like he had me right there every time. It's fun.
Nice. Lucinda says the visuals were incredible. Oh, Lucinda's got lots of comments. Love you, Lucinda. Let's see. Would love to see this made into a longer piece, cinematic. And the visuals were incredible. Thank you, Lucinda. Those are really nice comments. Jane says to everybody, Carrie's Fool dance was just delightful and charming.
Thank you. Super fun.
And Lucinda continues like entering another dimension. Lucinda was in our first show, and we miss you, Lucinda. When you going to come back and play with us? Maybe on the next play?
We are looking for a third playwright for the next one.
That's right. The next project will be a co-writing, a collaboration between 3 different playwrights, perhaps on the theme, four different playwrights, okay, on the theme of homelessness, but of course on a Zoom meeting, so this ought to be strange and absurd. We'll see what iteration this takes, if it's a county supervisors meeting, if it's homeless people themselves, or
so we're gonna go with unhoused people from here on.
Thank you. Unhoused people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be a woven show. It's gonna be 4 different plays woven together into a piece, and so we're gonna kind of collaborate as we write our plays, 4 different playwrights, and it should be very interesting and cool.
So Lucinda, you want to write a play? She says, sounds super cool. And I see the word yes in there. Quite possible. Oh gosh. Well, it's so good to see all of you and all the audience that attended tonight. It was just, thank you so much for coming. And thank you again to the cast for all your hard work. You guys did a terrific job tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think that's it for the night. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come see us again tomorrow at 7.
That's right. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Don't be late.
Be there or be square. Good night, guys.
Very square.